75,000 years ago, the Toba volcano in Indonesia erupted. This is the biggest volcanic eruption in human history. The mountain rumbled for decades beforehand and then exploded, and kept exploding, for 2 weeks straight. Something of the scale is beyond comparison. 3,000 cubic kilometers of rock blown into the sky, 10 million tons per second. A wave of lava and poisonous gas covering 30,000 square kilometers. Most of India and Pakistan covered in ash 3 meters thick. The largest tsunami humanity has ever seen. And the mushroom cloud darkened the sky over the whole earth until the middle of the day was as dark as night under the full moon. For 2 years. And that 2 years of darkness, and that 2 years without sun, was the start of 2,000 years of freezing winters and drought. The coldest period of the Ice Age. The seas shrank by hundreds of meters, as ice in the poles, and ecosystems across the planet collapsed. At that time, we nearly went extinct. Genetic analysis says that 80,000 years ago, humans were reduced to 15,000 individuals, maybe fewer. Some scientists believe that this eruption caused this genetic bottleneck, that Toba almost wiped out humanity altogether. That tiny group of survivors was hidden in the Ethiopian highlands, and they had a very tough time of it. My great-grandparents were there, yours too. Everyone in the whole world traces their family tree back to this one community of a few thousand struggling humans. All of humanity in one small town's worth of people, maybe 10 high schools. How did we survive? We don't know. Maybe your great-grandparents helped my great-grandparents. Maybe the other way around. But we got through it. And our numbers slowly grew, and the weather warmed, and generation by generation, century by century, we spread out from there. Walking along the mountain ridges, through valleys, down to the water's edge. We lit fires on the beach and watched the surf. We crept across the face of the planet, and we forgot, as much as an animal forgets. But remember this, when we were down to the last survivors, when the sky was black with ash, and the ground was frozen, and we were sick with hunger and thirst, there were people who gave up. There were people who lied and stole and took more than their share. There were people who said the future was not worth fighting for. And there were people who kept pushing. And there were people who laughed and told funny stories to help keep spirits up. And there were people who gave what they had. Even in that moment, there were people who were selfish and there were people who were kind. We've been here before and we'll be here again. And all of this is your heritage and my heritage too. And the waves still crash on the sand, leaving bubbles of foam as the water draws back.